So anyway, if you do go and look at the rules later, so one change I am making is I'm going with the more traditional names for the ammunition. Instead of a cannonball, I'm going to call it round shot. Chain will be chain shot, and the pellets is going to change to grape shot.
Grape.
Grape.
That's the traditional?
That is what it was called.
Oh.
So that, yeah, so it's more traditional, and anybody who's not familiar with the terms, inside of 15 seconds, because there'll be a picture there, they'll learn it anyway. So for the time being, I have them both listed in my rules. So your command consists of 3 cannons of different sizes, identified by the weight of cannonball it would shoot. Different combinations of cannon size and ammunition are used to destroy different parts of the enemy ship and crew. So if you see this card, for example, this means that your 24-pound cannon with a cannonball can knock out the mast.
Right.
If you happen to destroy the mast, then this little explosion symbol tells you what would happen. Your enemy will not sit idly by. They are using their own guns to fire back, and their boarders that will try to swing over and engage your gun crews. Too many boarders and your crew cannot fire or reload its cannon. Too much damage and your cannon is destroyed. Can you and your shipmates sink the enemy vessel before your own guns have been silenced? The drummer is beating to quarters. There is not a moment to lose. It is time to get ready for action and clear the deck. So, each player must do his duty. Give each player 1 each, 18, 24, and 36-pounder cannon cards.
And you can place them anywhere you want?
You can put them in any order you want. I suggest numerical order one way or the other to avoid confusion. Place them with the ready or loaded side face up. Put the tokens, which are in your little goodie bag there. Put the tokens in piles easy for all players to reach. Shuffle the player cards.
Gold.
Is that player card?
That is, no. These are from the ship. Did I shuffle the crew card? Yeah. I jumped right.
Definitely not a sleeve guy.
It's because there's so many
Oh yeah, no, I
edits and
understand it.
whatnot.
It's good. I use them myself, and I hate sleeving my game.
I don't have any of my games
Well, I can't
sleeved.
shuffle them even if they were not.
Yeah, no, usually.
You look like what I look like on a normal deck.
I don't sleeve any of my decks, any of my games. Alright, so shuffle the player cards together. This is the player deck. Deal 6 cards to each player. If a player does not get any ammunition cards, deal the player a new hand, and then shuffle the original hand back into the deck. Alright, so just check and make sure you have at least 1 card with an A on it.
One card. Yes.
Since nobody would go to sea without ammunition. Everybody have an A?
Yep.
Alright. Next section, we have met the enemy. Select the ship you will face from the enemy ship chart, which is here in the book.
Player's choice.
Player's choice. Now, as new players, you would typically go with, so there are 2 stacks, 3 stacks, and 4 stacks. And in each group, there's, it increases in difficulty. And the difficulty is basically heavier cannons are harder to destroy, and there will be more cannons that wind up getting shuffled into the draw pile. So as additional cards come out, you're more likely to have to face tougher cards. So 3 players, if you decide, so let's just go middle of the road. We'll just say with a sloop. That's in the middle here.
Sloop.
Sloop. Cool. Alright, select the ship you will face from the enemy chart. For the first game, we recommend a simpler ship. Set out the leak cards face down for each section of the ship. So the game would come with the 4 cards in case you're going to face a 4 card. So we've got the stern, back, a waist card, and a bow card. Put the matching hull card face down over each leak card.
Can you take notes?
Oh, there's on the little coffee table next to the blue couch is a fresh stack of surveys or note cards, papers. So we've got the stern, hull, the waist, and the bow. So just since we're showing you guys, so basically the goal will be to get to the leak on all 3 sections. And once you've gotten down to the leak, whether it's up or down, it still counts as a leak. There are times where this card would get flipped over and covered, but you've still hit the leak. Assemble the enemy ship based on the ship type and number of players. First, shuffle together the correct number of each type of cannon as shown at the top of the table. So we're facing a sloop. So we're going to take 10 light cannons and 10 medium cannons. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 medium. And the difference between these, for argument's sake, we are not using the skull and crossbones section. The difference being how hard they are to destroy between light, medium, and possibly heavy. So we would basically shuffle these up. And for a sloop with 3 players, get my eyes going here, we would need 12 of these cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Did you shuffle?
Yeah. Nothing up the sleeves there.
Stacking the deck.
I'm like, wait a minute.
We then do the same for the structure cards. In this case, a 3-player sloop uses 6 structure cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we do the same again for the crew cards. 3-player sloop is 6 crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these will now get shuffled together.
Good
You
shuffler.
may not think of shuffle. Very good shuffle.
I just
I'm
stacked
very
them
good shuffle.
too fast.
So we'll put that left over those there. Shuffle these in. So you see we're facing an easier ship. So there's a lot of structure cards in here now, not that many cannons.
Where do these cards go?
These will go in the ship draw pile.
And that is the...
So you've shuffled them together. All right. Finally, shuffle all the crew cards, put them in. Shuffle the enemy ship deck,
Okay.
and deal out evenly to each section of the ship.
Ah. That I can do.
I ran out of sleeves. So there's a little tip off there.
Yeah, we'll know what those words are.
Yep.
Wow, perfect.
Yay.
All right, so XL wins again. Turn the top card of each stack face up.
Neat lookout and cannon.
If any of them is an event card,
Nope.
okay, shuffle it back into the stack and flip over a new top card.
We don't have any events, so we're okay.
So we're okay. Shuffle the remaining cannons and structure and event cards all together. This is the enemy draw deck. Place the shuffled crew cards next to that pile, and place the borders next to them. And the player deck, player card, player draw would be right here. This is actually, somebody made a model that photographed it on a shipyard.
Oh, that's
So you can see like the edge of their board.
Huh.
You are now ready for action. Going first. The player who was most recently on a ship or went swimming goes first. I said ship, not boat, but doesn't matter.
98.
I went swimming on Monday.
Bang.
There you go.
There you go.
Turn order. Alright, so hopefully the brass plate on your player mat will echo what I'm about to explain.
Okay.
On your turn, look at your own cards and the face-up cards of the enemy ship. Noting any text next to the flying cannonball symbol. In this case, there is a card with a cannonball symbol on it. This one here.
Oh. Okay. Cannot use officers.
Alright, so you can't use officers.
Now, if we don't defeat it, we'll lose a random officer. Not a big deal.
Where was I? Oh. Each enemy ship card has a table at the top describing the combinations of ammunition and gun that can destroy it. You may also ask another player to give you a card. So I got rid of the trading aspect. Now it's just asking you for a particular assistance. One player can give you one card. Choose an action for each of your cannons. Each cannon can attack, ready, or roll to another player. In case everybody's got all their cannons, there's no need to
Good
roll.
question.
another. Sure.
Can all players keep their cards face down so everybody can see where?
You can play either way.
Okay.
Because we're not
playing
playing.
against.
Yeah, we're not against.
It's cooperative.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
There's been sessions where you get the alpha guy, who's then dictating play.
Yeah, like playing all the
You basically explain to everybody what they should be doing.
We have 3 alphas here, so it's.
3 alpha. Okay. Planning to attack.
hands on each other.
Assign an ammunition card to each cannon that will fire and a face-up card of the enemy ship. Each cannon can only fire if it is ready and does not have 2 borders tokens attacking it. So everybody's safe right now. Each individual cannon may use 1 tactics card, whether or not it is fired. On your turn, you may also use 1 officer card and 1 marine card. Tactics, Marines and officers may be used in any order allowed based on the card text. However, engage. As each cannon fires, discard the ammunition and any tactics or officer used and flip the cannon over to reload. Remove the destroyed cards from the enemy ship. Flip over any cannon that was previously in reload status to ready status. If the enemy ship has destroyed a cannon belonging to one of your shipmates, you may choose to roll one of your cannons over to your shipmate instead of firing or reloading it. Give one of your cannon cards to your shipmate for them to control on their turn. No one can have 2 of the same cannon type.
So you can only let them borrow a 24-pounder if that's what they need.
Lost, correct. And you cannot give somebody a 4th cannon.
Right.
They've only got 3 ports to line up to. Consequences. Any cards on the enemy ship that were destroyed might cause actions based on the text next to the explosion icon. So for example, the mate. If you destroy him, what happens?
Nearest cannon does not attack.
There you go. After these actions are resolved, any face-up card with crossed cutlasses icon can now counterattack. Counterattack. enemy cannon attacks place damage tokens on your cannons. The order of attack is heaviest to lightest loaded cannon first, then heaviest to lightest reloading cannon. So that's the two descriptions here. This is basically the same text I just read. Here I pretty much spelled it out. That a cannon will attack the order of ready 36, 24, 18, and then reloading 36, 24, 18. Border attacks place border tokens on your cannons. The order of placement is lightest reloading cannon to heaviest, then lightest loaded cannon to heaviest. So it's completely opposite. Parentheses, the borders want to attack the safest target. A cannon with 2 border tokens cannot fire or reload. A cannon with any 3 tokens is immediately removed from play. Events and new targets. After resolving all kind of counterattacks and removing destroyed player cannons, turn over any face down cards on the top of the enemy ship stacks. If you flip an event card, perform the action based on the text and then replace it with the next card of the enemy draw deck. Resupply. Finally, draw 2 cards from the player deck. No player can ever have more than 8 cards. A player with more than 8 cards must immediately discard down to 8. If the player deck ever runs out, shuffle the discarded player cards. Play advances clockwise to the next player. So in the rule book, I put just like a sample turn. Gave a bunch of player cards, certain cannons, certain tokens, and certain ship. And I created basically two turn options from the same set of cards. So in one case, this cannon's using chain to knock out the rigging. This marine is killing the mate, and then on the other one, it's all the same cards but with different stuff going on.
So gameplay is dynamic, you're saying?
You have choices.
Yes.
Yes. Glorious victory. If the enemy ship has sprung a leak in every section, and you still have at least one player with a cannon.
Hello, everybody.
You remember Fernando, right?
Yes, I do.
You can pause for a minute.
Sorry, I